25 famous black celebrities who went broke because of girls. Imagine waking up to find $400 million of your hard-earned empire gone in a single signature. From Bob Johnson's staggering billionaire breakup to Mike Tyson's terrifying $23 million bankruptcy, we aren't just talking about heartbreak, we're talking about the total annihilation of black wealth. Did you know some of your favorite icons were paying over $50,000 every single month just to keep their pasts at bay? This isn't just gossip, it's a masterclass in the brutal cost of success in the thin line between a legacy and a liquidation. Think you know the real price of fame? Smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're diving deep into the bank accounts of the legends. I'm Black Excellence Legends, and you won't believe who's next. Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield, widely revered as the real deal, stands as a monumental figure in boxing history, being the only four-time world heavyweight champion. However, outside the ropes, his financial battles proved far more punishing than any opponent he faced. Despite accumulating staggering career earnings estimated at over $248 million fueled by iconic bouts, such as the 1997 rematch with Mike Tyson, which earned him a $35 million purse, Holyfield eventually found himself in a state of fiscal collapse that shocked the sporting world. The primary catalyst for his economic downfall was a turbulent personal life marked by 3 failed marriages and 11 children with 6 different women. His second divorce from Dr. Janice Itzen was particularly devastating. Reports suggest she walked away with a massive chunk of his assets after a settlement that reportedly exceeded half the value of his estate at the time. The cumulative weight of child support was equally crushing, with annual obligations reaching nearly $500,000. By 2012, Holyfield faced legal contempt charges for owing more than $500,000 in back support, narrowly avoiding incarceration through court-ordered repayment plans. Adding to his woes was the maintenance of a lifestyle that even his massive purses couldn't sustain. His 109-room, 54,000-square-foot mansion in Georgia, which cost $30.8 million to build and required $1 million annually in upkeep, became a symbol of his excess. In 2012, this trophy home was lost to foreclosure, selling for a fraction of its value at $7.5 million. Today, Holyfield serves as a poignant reminder that without a disciplined strategy, even a legendary fortune can be dismantled by the high costs of legal battles, alimony, and familial obligations. Kanye West. Kanye West, the multifaceted artistic visionary now legally known as Ye, has long been a lightning rod for controversy, but his 2022 divorce from reality TV titan Kim Kardashian marked a seismic shift in his financial landscape. Once lauded as one of the wealthiest black men in American history, with a peak net worth soaring toward $6.6 billion, Ye's fiscal empire faced a double-edged sword: the dissolution of an 8-year marriage and the simultaneous collapse of his most lucrative corporate partnerships. The fallout transformed his billionaire status into a subject of intense global debate. The legal resolution of the Kim Ye era came with a heavy price tag. Under the final settlement, Ye was mandated to pay a staggering $200,000 per month in child support for their 4 children, North St. Chicago and Psalm. This annual $4 million obligation is designed to cover half of the children's security, private schooling, and medical expenses, ensuring their lifestyle remains undisturbed. While the couple's ironclad prenuptial agreement largely protected their individual business ventures and prevented spousal support payments, Ye still transferred significant real estate holdings, including a Hidden Hills property, to Kardashian to consolidate her domestic estate. However, the divorce was only the beginning of his economic turbulence. The timing coincided with Ye losing his status as a billionaire on paper after Adidas terminated their Yeezy partnership in late 2022. A move Forbes estimated slashed his value down to roughly $400 million overnight. Although Ye has recently claimed his net worth has rebounded to $2.77 billion by 2025 due to independent successes like the Vultures album and the persistent power of the Yeezy trademark, the high cost of his personal and professional decoupling remains a definitive chapter in his career. His story serves as a vivid illustration of how a celebrity's financial health is inextricably tied to the stability of their public image and private unions. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, the transcendent figure who revolutionized the world of professional golf, once stood as the ultimate symbol of corporate viability and athletic perfection. As the first athlete to surpass $1 billion in career earnings, his financial trajectory seemed limitless. However, the suburban car crash in late 2009 unraveled a private life riddled with infidelity, leading to a divorce from Ellen Nordegren in 2010 that became one of the most expensive and scrutinized settlements in the history of sports. The financial fallout was swift and devastating. While early tabloid rumors suggested a payout as high as $750 million, the verified settlement was approximately $100 million. Though a fraction of his total net worth at the time, this liquid payout was only the tip of the iceberg. The Tiger Woods brand suffered a catastrophic blow, as major sponsors like Accenture AT&T and Gatorade severed ties, resulting in an estimated loss of over $20 million in annual endorsement income almost overnight. The cost of maintaining his privacy during the legal proceedings and the subsequent restructuring of his estate further strained his liquid assets, forcing a complete recalibration of his business empire. Despite the massive settlement and the loss of lucrative contracts, Woods' story is one of unprecedented financial resilience. He retained his primary residence and his core partnership with Nike, which allowed him to rebuild his wealth through strategic real estate investments in the design of premium golf courses. By 2026, Woods has successfully navigated back to billionaire status, proving that while a high-profile divorce can extract a nine-figure penalty and tarnish a golden reputation, a legendary work ethic and a diversified portfolio can facilitate a monumental comeback. His journey remains a definitive lesson in the volatility of celebrity branding and the steep price of personal scandal. Chris Rock. Chris Rock, one of the most influential voices in the history of stand-up comedy, has built a career on sharp-witted observations about race, politics, and relationships. Ironically, the man who famously joked about the high cost of divorce in his specials, filing for divorce from his wife of nearly 20 years, Malak Compton Rock, in 2014. As a titan of the entertainment industry with a net worth estimated around $70 million, at the time the legal dissolution of his marriage became a prolonged and expensive battle that significantly dented his fortune. The financial gravity of the split stemmed largely from the duration of the marriage and the lack of an updated prenuptial agreement. Because the couple had been married for 2 decades, a sunset clause in their original contract caused it to expire, leaving Rock's assets vulnerable under New Jersey law. Malak, who had dedicated her time to philanthropy and raising their 2 daughters, sought a settlement that would maintain her accustomed lifestyle. While the final figures remained confidential, legal experts and industry insiders estimated the total payout to be between $30 million and $40 million, effectively half of his accumulated wealth. Rock himself later alluded to the financial pain in his Tambourine special, admitting he had to start over financially. However, The Rock did not crumble under the pressure. To replenish his coffers and cover the massive settlement, he signed a record-breaking deal with Netflix in 2016, reportedly worth $40 million for 2 stand-up specials. This move, combined with high-grossing world tours and film roles, allowed him to stabilize his estate. By 2026, Chris Rock serves as a textbook example of how a lack of legal foresight in a long-term marriage can lead to a massive redistribution of wealth, but also how elite talent can leverage their craft to stage a lucrative financial recovery. Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, the Flash of the Miami Heat and a 3-time NBA champion, is often celebrated for his smooth transition from the court to a successful business mogul. However, his journey involved a grueling legal marathon that redefined the financial risks of early career marriages. Long before his high-profile union with Gabrielle Union Wade was married to his high school sweetheart, Siobhan Funches. When their relationship fractured in 2007, it ignited a 6-year legal inferno that became one of the most contentious and expensive divorces in professional basketball history. The financial toll of the 2013 settlement was a significant strike against Wade's peak earning years. Beyond the $5 million lump sum payment, the agreement mandated that Funches retain the couple's sprawling Chicago mansion and 4 luxury vehicles. Even more taxing was the ongoing monthly commitment. Wade was ordered to pay $25,000 in monthly spousal support, a figure that covered her mortgage and lifestyle expenses for years. When factoring in the millions spent on elite legal counsel to navigate over 300 court motions, the total divorce tax on Wade's estate was monumental. Furthermore, the emotional and financial strain was compounded by a bitter custody battle for their two children, which Wade eventually won a rare and costly outcome for a professional athlete. Despite the heavy initial losses, Wade's financial trajectory serves as a blueprint for recovery through branding and smart investing. He effectively neutralized the impact of the settlement by signing a lifetime deal with Chinese apparel giant Li Ning and launching his Way of Wade brand. By 2026, his diversified portfolio, including partial ownership of the Utah Jazz and the Real Salt Lake Soccer Club, has pushed his net worth well beyond $170 million. Wade's story illustrates that while a messy divorce from a long-term partner can bleed millions and stall momentum, maintaining control over one's intellectual property and image can lead to a secondary financial prime that far outshines the losses of the past. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman, famously known as the Worm, was the NBA's ultimate defensive specialist and a key architect of the Chicago Bulls' second three-peat. While his tenacity on the boards earned him 5 championship rings and over $27 million in career salary alone, not including millions more in endorsements, his off-court life was a whirlwind of extravagance and legal chaos. For Rodman, the collapse of his financial empire wasn't triggered by a single event, but rather by the cumulative weight of multiple failed marriages and a lifestyle that outpaced his post-NBA earnings. The most severe blow came from his third marriage to Michelle Moyer. When the couple split, Rodman found himself submerged in a sea of litigation. By 2012, his attorneys famously claimed in court that the basketball legend was broke and sick, struggling to pay a mountain of back child support and spousal maintenance. At that time, he reportedly owed over $800,000 to Moyer. The court originally mandated payments of $50,000 per month, a figure that was unsustainable for an athlete whose primary income source had shifted from professional sports to sporadic public appearances and international DJ gigs. Due to his dire fiscal situation and battles with substance abuse, a judge eventually slashed those monthly payments to $4,500, but the legal damage had already been done, leading to a 20-day jail sentence for contempt of court. Today in 2026, Rodman's story remains a stark contrast to his peers who successfully transitioned into business. While he remains a beloved cultural icon, his net worth is estimated to be a fraction of his career earnings, hovering around $500,000. His financial trajectory serves as a sobering reminder that without a disciplined support system and protection against high-conflict litigation, even the most legendary professional earnings can be completely eroded by the compounding costs of alimony, legal fees, and personal instability. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, universally regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time and the pioneer of the athlete as a billionaire business model, has achieved a level of financial dominance that few humans will ever replicate. With a career defined by 6 NBA championships and an unprecedented partnership with Nike that birthed the Jordan brand, his wealth is legendary. However, even the GOAT was not immune to the staggering costs of a high-profile marital dissolution. His 2006 divorce from Juanita Vanoy remains a landmark case in the intersection of celebrity sports and family law, resulting in what was at the time the most expensive celebrity divorce settlement in history. The financial scale of the separation was breathtaking. After 17 years of marriage, Juanita Vanoy received a settlement valued at approximately $168 million. This massive payout included a combination of liquid assets, investment portfolios, and real estate, including a substantial portion of their marital property. At the time, this figure represented a significant percentage of Jordan's net worth, which was then estimated at roughly $400 million. Unlike many of the contentious battles seen in professional sports, the Jordan divorce was noted for its relative privacy and lack of public vitriol, yet the sheer volume of wealth transferred then established a new ceiling for what a power couple split could cost an elite athlete. Fortunately for Jordan, his rebound was even more spectacular than his on-court performances. He utilized his remaining capital to purchase a majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets, then the Bobcats for approximately $175 million in 2010, an investment that eventually ballooned in value to over $3 billion when he sold his majority share in 2023. By 2026, Michael Jordan's net worth has soared to an estimated $3.5 billion, proving that while a nine-figure divorce can be a monumental financial hit, it is merely a speed bump for a man with a global brand and elite investment instincts. His story serves as the ultimate example of financial resilience, losing a fortune in a settlement only to build a multi-billion-dollar empire in its wake. Dr. Dre? Dr. Dre, the sonic architect of West Coast rap and the mastermind behind the multi-billion-dollar Beats electronics empire, has long been synonymous with high-stakes business precision. As one of the wealthiest figures in music history, his financial trajectory hit a legendary peak when Apple acquired Beats for $3 billion in 2014. However, the producer who pioneered G-Funk faced a different kind of pressure in 2020 when his wife of 24 years, Nicole Young, filed for divorce. What followed was a high-decibel legal symphony that scrutinized his massive fortune and ended in one of the most substantial payouts in celebrity history. The financial resolution of the split was staggering, yet it showcased Dre's strategic asset protection. In late 2021, a judge ordered Dre to pay a total settlement of $100 million. This was structured in two $50 million installments, the first paid immediately and the second a year later. While $100 million is a monumental sum, the deal was widely considered a victory for Dre. Because of an existing prenuptial agreement, he successfully retained the vast majority of his core wealth, including his master recordings, his trademarks, and his significant equity in various business ventures. Young, in turn, kept several luxury vehicles and a collection of high-end jewelry, but was denied the ongoing spousal support she had initially requested, which reportedly reached $2 million per month. By 2026, Dr. Dre's financial health remains robust, with a net worth estimated at $850 million. His story serves as a masterclass in the importance of legal foresight for high-net-worth individuals. Although the divorce extracted a nine-figure penalty and involved a highly publicized legal battle, Dre's ability to protect his intellectual property ensured that his aftermath would be just as lucrative as his prime. It remains a definitive example of how a carefully crafted prenup can act as a firewall, preventing a personal separation from dismantling a decades-old professional empire. Damon Dash. Damon Dash, the unapologetic co-founder of Rockefeller Records, was once the definitive blueprint for the hip-hop mogul. At the height of the Rockefeller era in the early 2000s, his empire spanned across music, cinema, and the wildly successful Rocawear clothing line, which generated hundreds of millions in annual revenue. Dash was known for a lifestyle of extreme luxury private jets, champagne showers, and a CEO persona that seemed untouchable. However, following his professional split from Jay-Z and a series of ill-fated business ventures, his financial health entered a tailspin, exacerbated by relentless legal battles and personal obligations. The primary catalyst for his fiscal freefall has been a combination of high-conflict litigation and substantial domestic support. His 2009 divorce from fashion designer Rachel Roy led to a bitter decade-long struggle over custody and child support. By 2019, Dash was famously arrested in New York City for owing more than $400,000 in back support to Roy and another former partner, Cindy Morales. Despite his attempts to lower these payments, claiming in 2024 court documents that his annual income had plummeted to just $5,140, the debt continued to balloon. In late 2024, the situation reached a breaking point when the state of New York seized and auctioned his one-third stake in Rockefeller Records for $1 million to settle a portion of his massive tax and support liabilities. By September 2025, Dash officially filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, a move his legal team described as a strategic fresh start. The filing revealed a staggering reality: he claimed over $25.3 million in total debt, while possessing only $4,350 in tangible assets. As of early 2026, Dash remains a proud broke entrepreneur, still vocal about his legacy but stripped of his former corporate crown. His story is a powerful warning about the fragility of wealth built on paper value and the devastating speed at which tax liens, legal judgments, and domestic obligations can dismantle even the most iconic of music empires. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, the diesel of the NBA and a four-time champion, is as legendary for his massive physical presence as he is for his sprawling business empire. earning over $292 million in NBA salary and nearly $200 million in endorsements during his playing days. Shaq was a financial force of nature. However, his 2011 divorce from Shaquille O'Neal proved that even a 7'1" giant isn't immune to the complexities of a high-stakes marital split. While the divorce didn't bankrupt him, the asset distribution and ongoing obligations represented a significant rebound for his net worth. The financial fallout was both immediate and long-term. Under the terms of their settlement, Shaq reportedly transferred ownership of 3 prime properties to Shawnee luxury estates in Los Angeles, Miami, and Orlando, with a combined estimated value of approximately $33.4 million. Beyond the real estate, the ongoing maintenance costs were substantial. The settlement mandated that Shaq pay $50,000 per month in alimony and an additional $10,000 per month in child support for their 4 children. Although his ironclad prenuptial agreement helped protect the core of his $100 million fortune and prevented a potential 50-50 split of his career earnings, the divorce tax still amounted to a multi-million-dollar redistribution of his wealth. By 2026, Shaq's story has become the ultimate case study in financial recovery through diversification. Rather than being defined by the loss, he aggressively expanded his portfolio, investing in everything from Google and Tyson Ring to owning hundreds of Five Guys and Krispy Kreme franchises. Today, his net worth has soared back to an estimated $500 million. Shaq's journey illustrates a vital lesson for elite earners. While a high-profile divorce can extract a supersized penalty in property and monthly support, a disciplined approach to post-career branding and savvy investing can turn a multi-million-dollar loss into a mere footnote in a $500 million success story. Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie, the soulful architect of endless love and one of the most successful balladeers of the 20th century, has spent decades defining the sound of romance. With a career spanning from the Commodores to a legendary solo run, he has sold over 100 million records and accumulated a fortune estimated at $200 million by 2026. However, in 2004, the man who wrote Easy found his personal life to be anything but, as his divorce from second wife Diane Alexander became a tabloid sensation and a financial cautionary tale. The split was defined by Diane's eye-popping court filings, which detailed an extraordinarily extravagant lifestyle. In her petition for alimony, she requested a staggering $300,000 per month in support. To justify this, she provided a breakdown of their domestic expenses: $15,000 monthly for clothing and shoes, $20,000 annually for plastic surgery, and $50,000 a month for personal services like dermatology, laser hair removal, and massages. Richie admitted to being scared to death by the demands, which included maintaining their $40 million 30-room Beverly Hills mansion and a full-time staff of 9. Ultimately, the settlement cost Richie an estimated $20 million, securing its place as one of the priciest divorces in Hollywood history at the time. Despite this massive lifestyle tax, Richie's financial resilience has been remarkable. He successfully bridged the gap between nostalgia and modern stardom by becoming a beloved judge on American Idol, a role that earns him a reported $10 million per season. By 2026, his diversified income, ranging from his vast publishing catalog to his home fragrance and bedding lines, has fully restored his estate. Richie's journey serves as a vivid reminder that while the maintenance of a high society lifestyle can lead to staggering legal liabilities, a legendary work ethic and a hello to new media opportunities can ensure that a music icon's financial ceiling remains high. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, the answer, was more than an 11-time All-Star. He was a cultural earthquake who redefined the NBA's image with his tattoos, cornrows, and relentless pound-for-pound heart. However, the man who earned over $154 million in salary and nearly $50 million in endorsements during his prime became the face of a different narrative, the rags to riches to rags tragedy. By the time he retired, the fortune that fueled a legendary entourage and a lavish lifestyle had largely evaporated, leading to a 2012 courtroom moment that stunned the world when Iverson famously declared, "I don't even have money for a cheeseburger." The catalyst for his absolute financial floor was his 2013 divorce from his high school sweetheart, Tawana Turner. The proceedings were brutal, exposing a monthly deficit of nearly $300,000. as Iverson struggled with a lifestyle his bank account could no longer support. The judge was unsparing, citing Iverson's struggles with personal demons and ordering a settlement that included a $3 million lump sum alimony and $8,000 monthly child support for their 5 children. At his lowest point, Iverson nearly lost his ultimate lifeline, a $32 million trust fund established through a visionary lifetime deal with Reebok. Due to a violated post-nuptial agreement, Tawana was legally entitled to the entire fund, but in a move of extraordinary grace, she agreed to leave Iverson with 50% of it, ensuring he wouldn't be left destitute. As of early 2026, Iverson's story has taken a hopeful turn toward redemption. While he cannot access his remaining $16 million share of the Reebok Trust until he turns 55 in 2030, he maintains stability through an $800,000 annual stipend from the brand. More importantly, Iverson has reconciled with Tawana, publicly crediting her for saving his life and helping him reach sobriety. Now serving as the vice president of basketball for Reebok alongside Shaquille O'Neal, Iverson is a living lesson in resilience. His journey proves that while a volatile divorce can dismantle a $100 million empire, the combination of a strategic safety net and the restoration of one's family can provide the answer to a sustainable second act. Bob Johnson. Robert L. Bob Johnson, the visionary founder of Black entertainment television BET, carved his name into history in 2001 when he became the first African-American billionaire. His empire reached its zenith when he and his wife of 33 years, Sheila Crump Johnson, sold BET to Viacom for a staggering $3 billion. However, the monumental professional success of the couple was mirrored by a private dissolution that resulted in one of the most expensive divorce settlements in global history, redefining the financial landscape for Black moguls. The 2002 divorce was a seismic event, both socially and fiscally, because Sheila had been a co-founder and an integral part of BET's growth from a $500,000 startup to a multi-billion-dollar entity. The division of assets was near equal. Sheila received a settlement estimated at $400 million, effectively splitting the couple's billionaire status and making her the first Black female billionaire in her own right. This massive redistribution of wealth was not just a payout, it was a total decoupling of a 3-decade partnership that had built a cultural institution. Despite the loss of nearly half his liquid net worth at the time, Bob Johnson's business acumen remained unfazed. By 2026, Bob Johnson has demonstrated an elite ability to rebuild and diversify. He founded the IRLJ Companies, an umbrella group with interests ranging from hotel real estate, RLJ Lodging Trust, to private equity and automotive dealerships. Even after the record-breaking settlement, his strategic investments, including the $300 million purchase and subsequent profitable sale of the NBA's Charlotte Bobcats, have kept him in the upper echelons of wealth. Today, his net worth is estimated at $650 million, while Sheila has built a separate hospitality empire with Salamander Hotels and Resorts. Their story remains the definitive example of how a power couple divorce can cost hundreds of millions, yet serve as the starting line for 2 independent multi-million-dollar legacies. Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens, known universally as T.O., was a supernova of talent and controversy who dominated the NFL as one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game. With a career spanning 15 seasons in 5 different teams, his athletic resume is undeniable. Third in all-time in receiving yards, 15,934, and receiving touchdowns, 153. Between his massive NFL contracts and lucrative endorsements, Owens earned an estimated $80 million. However, the man who once famously said, "I love me some me," became a sobering symbol of financial mismanagement when he confessed to a judge in 2011 that he was completely broke with no monthly income. The unraveling of T.O.'s empire was largely driven by a lack of financial oversight and a staggering domestic burn rate. At his lowest point, Owens was embroiled in 4 separate child support cases with 4 different women, totaling a combined monthly obligation of nearly $45,000. Adding to this burden was an additional $63,000 per month in mortgage payments for the homes where these women and children lived. When his NFL checks stopped following his 2010 season with the Bengals, the weight of these $100,000 plus monthly expenses, combined with bad investments in a failed Alabama bingo hall and high-stakes legal fees, led to a total fiscal collapse. By 2012, he faced the threat of jail time for contempt of court after falling $20,000 behind on payments, narrowly escaping incarceration through a desperate legal restructuring of his debts. As of early 2026, Terrell Owens has transitioned into a new chapter defined by resilience and financial literacy advocacy. Now 52 years old, he has stabilized his estate through media appearances, reality TV, and speaking engagements, where he candidly warns young athletes about the flashy lifestyle trap that burned him. While his net worth is currently estimated at a modest $500,000, a mere fraction of his career earnings, he has successfully avoided the total ruin that claimed many of his peers. Owens' story serves as a permanent cautionary tale. Even the most elite athletic talent cannot outrun the compounding math of multiple domestic settlements and a lack of liquid assets. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, was an unparalleled force on the court, but his financial legacy is a complex masterclass in asset protection and high-stakes reconciliation. Throughout his 20-year tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers, Bryant earned $323 million in salary and over $350 million from global endorsements with giants like Nike and Hublot. However, in 2011, his Mamba empire faced its greatest off-court challenge when his wife, Vanessa Bryant, filed for divorce. With an estimated net worth of $150 million at the time and no prenuptial agreement in place, Bryant was legally staring down the barrel of a 50-50 split under California's community property laws. The potential financial fallout was staggering. Preliminary settlement reports suggested that Vanessa was set to receive approximately $75 million, exactly half of their marital assets, along with title to all three of their Newport Beach mansions, valued at nearly $19 million. For many athletes, such a massive redistribution of wealth during their playing prime marks the beginning of a downward fiscal spiral. Yet in a rare move for high-profile couples, the Bryants announced their reconciliation in 2013, effectively calling off the divorce and preserving the family's concentrated wealth. This strategic rebound allowed Kobe to keep his capital intact, which he immediately funneled into visionary business ventures. The most legendary of these investments was his $6 million stake in the sports drink Body Armor in 2014. By the time of his tragic passing in 2020, at age 41, Kobe's net worth was estimated at $600 million. Following his death, the Mamba legacy continued to grow. In 2021, Coca-Cola acquired Body Armor in a deal that yielded a massive $400 million payout for his estate. By early 2026, thanks to the meticulous management of his widow Vanessa and the explosive growth of his venture capital firm Bryant Stockball, the estate's value is approaching the $1 billion mark. Kobe's story remains the definitive example of how reconciliation and a long-term business mindset can turn a potential $75 million loss into a multi-billion-dollar dynasty. Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan, the Hall of Fame defensive end for the New York Giants and current co-host of Good Morning America, has become a permanent fixture of American mornings. During his 15-season NFL career, Strahan was a dominant force, earning an estimated $76.3 million in salary and setting the single-season sack record in 2001. However, while his transition to a media mogul, earning roughly $17 million annually by 2026, is legendary, his 2006 divorce from Jean Mugley served as one of the most expensive and contentious legal battles in professional sports history. The fiscal impact of the split was staggering relative to his net worth at the time. In 2007, a judge ordered Strahan to pay a lump sum settlement of $15.3 million, which reportedly constituted more than half of his then liquid assets. Beyond the one-time payout, he was mandated to pay $18,000 per month in child support for their twin daughters, a figure that was only reduced to $13,000 following his retirement from the NFL. The court battle was famously bitter, with Mugley's legal team detailing an extravagant lifestyle that included $22,500 for photo shoots and nearly $30,000 for designer clothing for the infants' costs that Strahan fought tooth and nail to limit. Despite losing a massive chunk of his football fortune, Strahan's second act has been a masterclass in wealth regeneration. By leveraging his charisma into roles on Fox NFL Sunday, the $100,000 Pyramid, and GMA, he has completely rebuilt his empire. As of early 2026, his net worth is estimated at $65 million. Strahan's journey proves that while a high-conflict divorce can result in a sack of half one's assets, a successful pivot into high-paying media contracts, and strategic business ventures like Smack Entertainment can turn a $15 million loss into a footnote in a massive financial comeback. Nas, born Nasir Jones, is widely celebrated as one of the greatest lyricists in hip-hop history, with his debut album Illmatic serving as the genre's gold standard. Over a career spanning 3 decades, he has transitioned from a street poet to a sophisticated venture capitalist. However, in 2009, the man who famously rapped about the struggles of the soul faced a very public financial reckoning when his wife of 4 years, R&B singer Kellis, filed for divorce while 7 months pregnant. The ensuing legal battle became a tabloid fixture, highlighting the massive disparity between a star's perceived wealth and their liquid reality. The financial toll of the Jones versus Jones fallout was staggering for a mid-career artist. In 2010, a judge ordered Nas to pay more than $51,000 per month in combined child and spousal support. This figure was based on the court's assessment of his high-earning potential, despite Nas's legal team arguing his actual income was fluctuating. The Milkshake singer also received a lump sum payment of nearly $300,000 in back support. At one point, the IRS filed tax liens against the rapper totaling over $6 million, leading to a period of intense fiscal instability where his earnings from tours and albums were being directly siphoned to settle debts. Nas famously channeled this pain into his 2012 album, Life is Good, featuring himself on the cover, holding Kellis's green wedding dress, a symbolic nod to the $10 million plus total cost of their union and dissolution. By early 2026, Nas has achieved one of the most remarkable financial pivots in music history. Through his firm Queensbridge Venture Partners, he was an early investor in companies like Ring, acquired by Amazon, Coinbase, and Dropbox. These strategic tech plays have pushed his net worth to an estimated $150 million, far eclipsing his earnings from music alone. His story serves as a definitive example of how a crushing divorce and tax debt can act as a catalyst for a total financial overhaul. Nas proved that while a marriage can cost a king's ransom, the Queensbridge mentality of smart long-term investing can turn a multi-million-dollar setback into a generational empire. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, a child prodigy turned musical deity, is a cornerstone of American culture. With 25 Grammy Awards and over 100 million records sold, his influence on soul, R&B, and pop is immeasurable. Over a career spanning 7 decades, he amassed a fortune estimated at $110 million by 2026. However, even the man who sang "I Just Called to Say I Love You" found that ending those calls in a legal setting can be an incredibly expensive endeavor. His 2012 divorce from fashion designer Kai Millard Morris served as a rare public look into the financial machinery behind the legend's private life. The dissolution of his 11-year marriage was a complex financial operation. While the exact final lump sum settlement remains under a confidentiality agreement, a standard for icons of his stature, court filings revealed a significant ongoing commitment. Wonder agreed to pay $25,000 per month in child support for their 2 sons. This monthly $300,000 annual drain was only a portion of the impact. Under California's community property laws, Morris was entitled to a substantial share of the assets accumulated during the decade of his high-grossing world tours and publishing royalties. Legal analysts estimated the total wealth transfer, including property and liquid assets, to be in the range of $10 million to $15 million. By early 2026, Stevie Wonder's financial empire remains rock solid, a testament to the enduring value of his catalog. Unlike many of his peers who sold their publishing rights for quick payouts, Wonder's retention of his masters and songwriting credits has allowed him to regenerate wealth at a pace that far outstrips his divorce liabilities. Today, his net worth continues to thrive through lucrative residency offers and the perpetual licensing of his hits, like Superstition. Wonder's story illustrates a vital lesson for a creative genius. A solid intellectual property portfolio is the ultimate insurance policy against the steep price of personal heartbreak and legal settlements. Kenny Smith. Kenny the Jet Smith, a 2-time NBA champion with the Houston Rockets and a central pillar of TNT's inside the NBA, has cultivated one of the most successful post-athletic careers in sports history. With a playing career that earned him over $13 million in salary and a broadcasting tenure that commands a reported $4 million annual salary, Smith has built a fortune estimated at $22 million by 2026. However, in 2018, his perfect television image faced a high-stakes challenge when his wife of 12 years, Gwendolyn Osborne Smith, filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The financial fallout of the split was both public and punishing. In 2019, legal filings revealed that Osborne Smith, a former model on The Price is Right, sought a combined $45,460 per month in support. This figure was broken down into $16,562 for child support for their 2 children and $28,898 in spousal support. The request aimed to maintain the lavish lifestyle the family enjoyed in their $3.6 million Encino mansion, which Smith eventually sold in 2021 as part of his post-divorce financial restructuring. The situation escalated to the point where Osborne Smith successfully moved to garnish Smith's TNT paychecks to ensure the payments were met, a move that brought his private fiscal obligations into the professional spotlight. By early 2026, Kenny Smith has managed to stabilize his empire through continued media dominance and strategic real estate moves. While the divorce settlement and the 5-figure monthly obligations represented a significant drain on his liquid assets, totaling nearly $545,000 annually at its peak, his long-term contract with Warner Brothers. Discovery has provided a robust recovery vehicle. Smith's journey serves as a reminder that even for the most likable personalities in media, a decade-long marriage without an ironclad, updated prenuptial agreement can lead to a legal full-court press that targets one's primary income stream. Eddie Murphy, the comedic powerhouse of the 1980s and 90s, is one of the highest-grossing actors in Hollywood history. While his career has seen massive spikes from Saturday Night Live to the $250 million empire he commands in 2026, his personal finances faced a major restructuring in 2006. After 13 years of marriage, his divorce from Nicole Mitchell Murphy became a textbook example of the lump sum versus alimony gamble. In a move to settle the dissolution cleanly and avoid decades of recurring spousal support, Murphy agreed to a one-time payout of $15 million. For Murphy, whose films have grossed nearly $7 billion worldwide, this was a strategic move to buy out future liabilities and maintain control over his back-end royalties and production income. However, the settlement's legacy became a cautionary tale for the recipient. Nicole Murphy reportedly lost the majority of the $15 million within 4 years due to failed investments in a high-profile $7 million scam by a trusted investment advisor. Beyond the divorce, Murphy's financial landscape is defined by the sheer scale of his family. As a father of 10 children with multiple partners, his monthly domestic obligations remain significant. Most notably in 2022, a court increased his child support payments to Spice Girl Mel B for their daughter Angel to $35,000 per month, totaling over $420,000 annually. Despite these heavy outflows, Murphy's 2026 comeback, fueled by a reported $70 million Netflix deal and the 51st AFI Life Achievement Award, proves that his golden child earning power remains indestructible. Candace Parker. Aced is a 3-time WNBA champion and a pioneer who redefined the earning potential for female athletes. While her on-court resume is historic, being the only player to win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season, her financial story is equally groundbreaking. In the WNBA, where base salaries have historically been modest, with Parker earning roughly $1 million total in WNBA salary over 16 seasons, the stakes of her 2018 divorce from former NBA player Sheldon Williams highlighted a rare reversal of traditional gender roles in celebrity settlements. The 2018 split was a financial landmark. Despite Williams having earned over $12 million during his own NBA career, it was Parker who was established as the higher earner due to her massive endorsement portfolio, with giants like Adidas, Gatorade, and Google, but alongside her lucrative overseas contracts in Russia that paid over $1.2 million per season. To finalize the divorce, Parker agreed to a $400,000 lump sum alimony payment to Williams. This was a calculated one-and-done strategy, allowing her to protect her future earnings from ongoing spousal support obligations. The couple also agreed to joint custody of their daughter and split the profits from the sale of their $3.75 million Encino mansion. By early 2026, Parker has transitioned from a summer job in the WNBA to a multi-hyphenate mogul. Now a headliner for the 2026 Women's Basketball Hall of Fame class, her net worth has grown to an estimated $10 million. Her wealth is fueled by a multi-year broadcasting extension with TNT Sports and her Baby Hair Productions media company. Furthermore, she has moved into the owner's box with investments in Angel City FC and League One volleyball. Parker's story illustrates that while the divorce tax for a top-tier female athlete can involve paying out to a former partner, a diversified business mindset can turn a six-figure settlement into a footnote in a booming post-retirement empire. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, or Mike, represents the most extreme spectrum of sports history: absolute power, staggering wealth, and an unimaginable financial freefall. Throughout his legendary career, Tyson earned over $430 million, equivalent to roughly $700 million today. However, an extravagant lifestyle featuring Bengal tigers, fleets of Bentleys, and a parasitic entourage caused his empire to crumble. The bottom fell out in 2003 when Tyson officially filed for bankruptcy with $23 million in debt. The collapse was driven not only by personal spending, but also by high-stakes divorce settlements. His volatile one-year marriage to actress Robin Givens ended in 1989, costing Tyson approximately $10 million. Later, his second divorce from Monica Turner in 2003 required another $10 million settlement and the transfer of two luxury estates. At the time of his bankruptcy, filing court documents revealed Tyson owed $9 million in divorce-related obligations alone, alongside a massive $4 million tax debt to the IRS. By 2026, however, Tyson's narrative has shifted to a masterclass in financial redemption. Instead of fading away, he rebuilt his brand through his hotbox and podcast acting and his dominant cannabis empire, Tyson 2.0. The brand reportedly generates tens of millions in annual revenue. Most notably, his high-profile bout against Jake Paul in late 2024 earned him a $20 million payday. As of early 2026, Mike Tyson's net worth is estimated at $30 million, a fraction of his peak, but a powerful testament to the resilience of a legend who once lost it all. Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, the dual-sport icon who famously played in both a Super Bowl and a World Series, is a master of the big stage. Whether as an NFL Hall of Famer or the high-octane head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes primetime, has always commanded top dollar. Between his NFL salaries $45 million and MLB contracts $13 million, Sanders earned nearly $60 million in playing salary alone, not counting his massive 1990s endorsement deals with Nike and Pepsi. However, his 2013 divorce from Pilar Sanders became a brutal public masterclass in the power of a prenuptial agreement. The split was one of the most litigious in sports history, involving over 300 court motions and multiple physical altercations that led to police intervention. Pilar Sanders contested their prenuptial agreement, claiming she deserved half of his then estimated $250 million wealth. However, the Texas court upheld the original document, which limited her payout to $100,000 for each year of marriage, capped at a maximum of $1 million. While Deion successfully protected the bulk of his fortune, the legal war of attrition was still costly. He was ordered to pay $10,500 in monthly child support, $3,500 for mortgage payments, and over $275,000 in her legal fees during the heat of the battle. In a final twist, Deion later won a $2.2 million defamation lawsuit against Pilar after she made public allegations of abuse, a sum that was eventually used to offset his remaining financial obligations to her. By February 2026, Deion Sanders has orchestrated a financial comeback that rivals his kickoff returns. His Coach Prime era at the University of Colorado has been a goldmine. In March 2025, he signed a massive 5-year, $54 million extension that pays him an average of $10.8 million annually through Divi Tukstoshi Divdesmit Divini. Combined with his new Nike re-signing and the success of his primetime Netflix docuseries, his net worth has climbed back to an estimated $60 million. Sanders' journey proves that while a high-conflict divorce can be a multi-million-dollar drain on legal fees and public image, A rock-solid prenuptial agreement and a lucrative second act in coaching can keep a legend's empire in its prime. Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons, the godfather of hip-hop and co-founder of Def Jam Recordings, built a business empire that bridged the gap between the streets and corporate boardrooms. From the $120 million sale of his stake in Def Jam to the $140 million sale of his Fat Farm clothing line, Simmons amassed a fortune that peaked at an estimated $340 million. However, his 2009 divorce from model and mogul Kimora Lee Simmons set off a decades-long financial and legal chain reaction that continues to reshape his legacy even in 2026. The initial divorce settlement was as high fashion as the couple themselves. Beyond the division of their extensive business interests, Simmons agreed to pay $40,000 per month in child support for their two daughters, $20,000 each. In a notable lifestyle clause, he was also required to lease or purchase a new luxury vehicle valued at over $60,000 for his daughters every 24 months. While the settlement was manageable during his prime, recent 2025 social media revelations have painted a more complex picture. Simmons claimed he had actually provided roughly $50,000 per month for over 20 years, a staggering $12 million total, to maintain the family's elite status. By early 2026, the financial trajectory of Russell Simmons has taken a dramatic downturn. His estate has been depleted by a combination of high-stakes litigation, including a 2021 lawsuit against Kimora regarding Celsius Energy drink stock, and several multi-million-dollar sexual assault settlements, with 3 women recently demanding over $3.4 million in missed deadlines. Living in voluntary exile in Bali to avoid extradition, his current net worth is estimated to have plummeted to approximately $5 million to $10 million. Simmons' journey serves as a sobering lesson. Even a pioneer's multi-hundred-million-dollar empire can be dismantled by the compounding costs of high-conflict domestic disputes, corporate legal battles, and the loss of a public-facing brand. Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence, the comedic titan behind the iconic sitcom Martin and the multi-billion-dollar Bad Boys franchise, has been one of Hollywood's highest-paid stars for over 3 decades. With peak salaries of $20 million per film in the early 2000s, Lawrence amassed a fortune that stands at an estimated $110 million in early 2026. However, his path to this 9-figure net worth was paved with high-cost real estate liquidations and 2 significant divorces that required strategic financial maneuvering. Lawrence's first major marital split occurred in 1997 with Patricia Southall, former Miss Virginia USA. Married during the height of his television fame, the divorce was finalized with Lawrence insisting on the enforcement of their prenuptial agreement. While the specific dollar amount of the payout remained confidential, the legal battle was intense, involving disputes over the custody of their daughter and the division of his early career earnings. This was followed by his 2012 divorce from Shamika Gibbs after 15 years together and 2 years of marriage. This second split led to a massive real estate reshuffle. Lawrence was forced to lease his legendary Beverly Park mansion for a staggering $200,000 per month before eventually selling it for $17.2 million, a significant drop from his original $26.5 million asking price. By 2026, Martin Lawrence's financial status is in a period of ride-or-die resurgence. The massive success of Bad Boys Ride or Die 2024 and his continued involvement in high-grossing sequels have ensured his liquidity remains high despite past settlement costs and real estate losses. His 2026 wealth is bolstered not just by acting, but by lucrative syndication deals for Martin, which continues to generate millions in royalties. Lawrence's journey highlights a key celebrity survival trait. While divorces can force the sale of prize mansions and cost millions in legal fees, maintaining ownership of an iconic TV brand and a blockbuster movie franchise provides a lifetime check that can weather any personal storm. The stories of these icons prove that building a legacy requires more than just talent. It demands a strategic defensive game in the courtroom. From Bob Johnson's record-breaking $400 million settlement to Mike Tyson's miraculous $30 million recovery, these legends show that personal setbacks don't have to be the final chapter. Whether through ironclad prenups or visionary second acts, they turn multi-million-dollar losses into powerful lessons on financial resilience. But it raises a deeper question for us all. In the world of high-stakes fame, is a $100 million divorce a fair price for a fresh start or a preventable tragedy of success? I'm Black Excellence Legends. Let's discuss